lies the secrets to your power. Wonder boy.
We're back at it again.
Are we though?
Yeah. We just played one game, which is...
Yeah, but like...
And now this
just
is the
don't
second
mention any dates.
This is the second game we're playing.
Yeah, sure. This little girl's gonna get herself murdered and bottled.
That I'm playing. I played the first game. Now this is the second game that I'm playing by myself. Well, not by myself, but you're sitting there.
I'm backseat gaming with you.
Yeah. Sherlock Holmes is actually Jack the Ripper. I don't know if anybody knew that.
According to who?
Ow! Ah!
Because I made it up.
What's this?
What's this?
Blimey.
No.
Yikes.
The graphics on this are really bad. It's not
Nah,
good.
it's just the kid's ugly.
Yeah, I mean that too. The graphics are bad and that kid's ugly. That's an ugly kid. Stop touching the doll man, boy. He gonna wake up and take your wallet. Ah! Give me your wallet!
Ooh.
Oh!
You're killing him!
He's dead.
Oh, look! It's a book!
Oh. I thought it was like
A knife, yeah.
Maybe it's a book
Someone
about
stabbed
pirates
that
with a
dog.
treasure map.
Not likely, kid.
This is a
No,
Sherlock
I don't think
Holmes
so.
game?
I don't know. It should be. It says Sherlock Holmes on the title.
I wish that I had seen through all your lies. Oh, start from the beginning, not the middle.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
the
idiot.
mouth.
You idiot.
And
The
so
mouth
I decided
is
to
so
pick up my
bad.
pen to relate the most disturbing episode of my life thus far.
It all began early one morning in 1898 when Sherlock Holmes invited me to accompany him on a visit to the Marquis
So
of
Sherlock
Conyngham.
Holmes isn't a real person. So those kids like reading, are they reading Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's
Yeah, books, or are they
Watson,
reading?
my
Or are
dear
they
fellow,
reading
we can
Sherlock
now go and
Holmes?
inform the
Or,
Marquis
yeah.
that we have found the Samoan necklace, and very much faster than Inspector Baines, too,
Samoan necklace.
which pleases me.
Have you really
Look
solved
at
the
that.
theft, Holmes?
Yo,
And so
that
quickly?
room's really
I have
sick.
indeed, Watson,
Is
and
it?
believe
Look at
me,
that
it was
fish tank.
completely
Too much
unnecessary
for
to
me.
spread
I
out
love
all
it.
over London, as our friend Baines thought was
Put like
best.
an air
He
mattress.
likes to
and a
boast that his
computer
methods are
and, like, a
equal
mini
to
fridge
mine,
in
but
there.
once
I'm
again
straight.
the outcome
I don't
has
need all that other
contradicted
stuff.
him.
After all
weekend
these
I'm
years of
looking for,
accompanying you upon your investigations, I thought that by now I should be reasonably capable of following your train of thought. But in this particular case, I must admit that I don't
tried to do something
understand
nice for
anything
you.
at all.
I tried to do something nice to you. You won't
Ah,
put
you
out.
see,
What are you doing?
but you do
No,
not
no.
observe,
Just kidding.
Watson. There lies the difference. It is a matter of course.
Is that Sherlock?
Yeah, I
A
think it's
matter of
supposed
course.
to be.
In the
Anytime
middle
he's
of the
portrayed,
night,
he's got,
when
like,
everyone is fast
really,
asleep,
like,
the
he's,
service
like,
bell
hot,
within
you know what I
that
mean? He's got
room
that
rings out
curly,
and
dark
alerts the
hair.
servants.
That was
They
one
dress
portrayal
quickly
of
and
him.
come running.
Calm down.
But the door is locked,
Just
and
to
there is a
say you're
strong
horny
smell of
for
burning
Sherlock
from
Holmes.
within.
That's all you had
A
to
few
say. You
seconds
didn't have
later,
to do this
the
whole
master
diatribe.
of the
No, I
house
was saying
himself,
he's ugly
the
in this
robbed
one.
Marchioness's husband, the
That's
Marquis of
Watson,
Conyngham,
right? That's true.
arrives
I
and
sure.
unlocks the
I haven't
door
been paying attention
using
to
the
the-
sole key. A fire
the
has
dialogue.
started inside the room,
Oh, were we
but they
supposed
have
to be
managed to
paying
arrive
attention?
in time to put it
probably.
out.
Oops.
It is at that moment that the Marquis realizes that the famous Samoan necklace,
Is
which had been
gone.
safe within its glass cabinet only a few hours earlier,
It disappeared.
has now
Well, anyway,
disappeared.
There's Henry Cavill's
In order to
portrayal.
explain,
There's,
let us confirm my theory before the arrival of Inspector Baines.
Robert Downey Jr.'s. He's got curly hair too.
Okay, you're about to detective.
Okay, cool. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, sick. Stop.
Who else played Sherlock? Oh, what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch. He played Sherlock and he had the curly hair.
Yeah.
So that's 3 so
And you
far.
were-
It takes 3 people in a jury to say somebody's guilty.
Yeah. And I'm saying you're guilty.
I'm Sherlock. What the hell is
Yeah.
that? I'm Sherlock Holmes.
You're Sherlock Blomes.
This window was cut with a diamond, a clean, discreet piece of work. This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is,
See
and
how
not
little
one
tiny
fingerprint
the-
upon the window.
Can you believe it?
That's what my.
He must have. The criminal had little baby hands. He couldn't have grabbed the diamond with normal-sized people hands.
Towards the window.
You have to examine the multi-zone, dude. What are you doing? Go back to the case. Examine that
This
piece.
window was cut with a diamond. A clean, discreet piece
I
of
just
work.
did that.
This is where the necklace was.
See how tiny the hole is, and not one fingerprint upon the window.
That means they were wearing gloves.
The killer had no fingers and little tiny baby
To
hands.
enter examination mode with multi-zone, press A. You can switch the cursor between items by using it.
That's the
This
left
window
thumbstick.
was cut.
See how
But I don't have another one. Wait, hold on.
I'm Sherlock Holmes. Kiss me.
This window.
See how tiny the hole.
Kiss me, Watson. It's the one thing I desire.
This window.
See how
What?
tiny.
I'm so annoyed.
Yeah, I gave you the AAA Platinum experience with Wolf Among Us, and now every other game will fall short.
I really, really want to play
Except for The
Commentary.
Walking Dead. And maybe Telltale Batman. Oh, the other clue is on the window.
That's what it said. I didn't say that before, I don't think.
A mark undoubtedly made by a diamond. Someone tried
By
to
a
cut the
diamond.
glass, but he was interrupted.
Therefore, the thief tried to escape through the
Hey, what are you
window.
doing over there?
But he was
I'm not cutting
interrupted.
glass with a diamond.
Or he tried to get in the window.
Now look at the other clue.
All the windows are locked. They've not been forced.
Go to the chimney. You can see the hand icon in the magnifying glass. Check it by clicking it. Yes, sir. Okay.
Near the piano, some music scores are on the floor. You can activate an item by selecting it in your inventory or directly in the game by scrolling the central wheel of your mouse. Use the magnifying glass on the scores.
Let us examine the
'Cause
crumpled
they're so
scores that have
hard to
fallen off.
read.
Look for clues. This.
Use that, yeah.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
What?
Sherlock. Kiss me. Watson, I could never cheat on my dear cases that I'm in love with.
They don't really say that if he's in love with anybody, but
These sooty prints were left by a tiny hand.
What I tell you,
I
the
don't
robber had
understand
little
why these
baby
music
hands.
scores are covered with soot.
Because
press R.
the robber's dream was always to play the piano,
Wait.
so he tried it out with his little baby hands and failed. And that's why he stole the Samoan necklace. Because he couldn't play piano with his little baby hands.
How do I look at clues
A
again?
candle. It must have fallen from the chandelier.
A chandelier.
chandelier.
It must have fallen from the chandelier.
Oh, okay.
I was wearing a bandolier.
Not very well kept, this aquarium. I can see a dead fish floating on the surface.
He's a good observer. Okay, I like this one better.
Not much of a pet owner.
Makes me feel like I'm actually playing the game.
Heading towards his chosen escape
Like I'm
route,
actually
probably the
there.
window, the thief knocked over the stool, which then caught fire.
But why didn't he try to put the fire out at once?
Strange. There are some objects here that have been knocked over.
Knocked over.
Knocked over.
I don't want to ring that.
Ring it. Have
These
you used the
documents are
Sixth
not
Sense?
very interesting, even though they're addressed to the Minister of
You're gonna
Maritime
need it.
Affairs.
The Marquis himself.
The Marquis himself.
Why do they keep saying Marquis? Isn't it Marquis?
It can be both, depending on how you say it. The E.
That little cabinet over there had a little magnifying glass on it right there in
Did
the
it?
corner.
No, it's this thing. Oh.
The chest wasn't opened. The necklace wasn't in it.
Oh my god.
So,
I can't believe it.
there's that one that we looked at.
Observe the handle.
I will. I just don't know if it'll call somebody.
Ah! This is the tutorial. Oh, the candle on the floor. Did you already get
Yeah.
that one?
Yes. Oh, it's a tutorial? I thought this was the actual game.
It is the game. It's the beginning of the game, which is a tutorial.
Oh.
The fire started here, just beneath the bell pull.
Whoever pulled the cord would have had his feet in the fire, unless it was pulled before the fire started. Heading towards his chosen escape route, probably the witness.
But what?
No.
Next to that, the ash on the ground. No, there was more evidence you could
No,
look
I
at.
know. I forgot. There we go.
Footprints. You are not going to get on your knees to...
There is no need. It is soot. The servants must have trodden in it while they were putting...
The peasant servants must have trotted through it, ruining my crime scene. I can never solve crimes with them around. I'll have to fire them and then rehire them for lower wages.
Oh, it does say it's being... Okay. That was...
What do you think, Holmes?
Let us search the room before the police get here. We might...
I've been so... Oh.
When the servants arrived at the door, having been alerted by the bell, they saw evidence of the theft and the fire, but they didn't see the thief.
This door is very hard to force. The Marquis is the only person to have the key. The thief could not get out through here until eventually, when the door was opened by the servants.
Which means he must have been hiding somewhere. Look behind that.
This draft screen makes an ideal hiding place.
As the theft...
Oh.
Observe. Oh my god. The
Strange.
secrets.
There aren't any prints. Yet I'm sure that the thief hid here.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. You're already here.
Good morning, Inspector. You've arrived just in time.
Scotland Yard arrives like the cavalry, always in the nick of time. Ah,
Could you
but
get
I know that
the
satisfied
water?
expression,
No,
Mr. Holmes.
F that.
Have you already solved the
Yeah,
case?
I can get you.
It's possible.
We have retraced the thief's rather unusual footsteps. He is a true acrobat. But what I cannot understand is that when the servants entered the room, there was no one to be seen. An acrobat, perhaps, but an invisible one? I do not think so.
The only explanation is that the thief escaped before the servants arrived. I don't know how, but there is no other way.
Half a point for the doctor, nil for the inspector.
I am pleased to see that you find the situation amusing, Mr. Holmes. Very well then, explain.
Dr. Watson was correct when he mentioned acrobatics, but he is mistaken about the nature of the acrobat. As for you, Baines, you're quite incorrect, as the thief was in the room when the servants entered.
Explain, for heaven's sake, Mr. Holmes.
Watson, how could a thief be missed in the middle of 8 men?
I don't know. Because he is very small? Stop teasing us, Holmes.
Exactly, because he is small and remarkably agile.
You're thinking of a monkey?
And a trained monkey at that,
What?
without a doubt, a Leontopithecus rosalia from Central America. The animal had been hidden inside the room for several hours, calmly awaiting the signal from his master. Once night had fallen and the room was empty, a high-frequency whistle
It was a
alerted the
monkey.
monkey that it was time to begin the procedure.
Yes,
for
I
which he
let
had
my
been
pet
trained.
monkey in here,
The
and I
monkey
gave him a diamond.
emerged from his hiding place and used the point of a diamond to open the glass cabinet and steal the necklace. He headed across to the window by the chimney, but knocked over the stool, which in turn knocked aside the fire guard and started the fire. The frightened monkey jumped from the chimney by swinging from the bell pull, thus alerting the house servants. He then went to the window and began to use his diamond to cut a hole, but was interrupted by the staff trying to gain entry via the door, and he panicked again. He ran across the piano, scattering the music scores onto the floor, before hiding inside the chandelier, knocking over a candle.
Or, counter theory.
Finally, the servants and the
It was a
Marquis entered the
baby
room,
with no
leaving the door
fingers.
open while they put out the
It was a
fire.
baby
It was
criminal.
during the
It was a
confusion
baby
that our
made out of
agile
diamonds.
thief made his escape through the doorway. As simple as that.
A brilliant explanation.
Bravo.
Bravo, Holmes.
And the necklace?
I can see it from here, my friends. It's right in front of us.
We have searched the room from top to bottom, Holmes. How were we unable to find it?
Because we paid insufficient attention to the only victim of this affair.
What
A
victim?
fish.
No one is dead?
Yes, Watson. a poor goldfish whose destiny was to die, crushed by one of the most precious necklaces in England.
What?
The aquarium is just beneath the chandelier. I understand.
The little monkey had likely hung the necklace around its neck and lost it when he leapt from the chandelier. The jewels fell into the aquarium, where they remain now.
I don't like the voice actor for Holmes. It sucks. And that animation sucked.
Yeah.
And also these graphics, they suck. The music sucks. Never mind.
Marquis, here is your necklace, intact, just a little wet.
Mr.
Like
Holmes,
you now,
this
basically.
brilliant demonstration does
That
credit
guy
to
looks
your
like he's
reputation.
wearing a fake
Thank you so much.
mustache.
Yeah.
Do you wish to verify
Brilliant,
the
Holmes.
authenticity
Thank you.
of your
Yes, of course.
No, I
I'm going to
recognize
play
it.
Domino
I've spent
Man.
many hours admiring it.
Monopoly Man.
Good. I will return it to its
These look like
box.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater
A
characters.
bank has just been held up. You must follow me at once. Orders of Scotland Yard.
What times?
Sirs, duty calls. My regards, Marquis. And well done again, Mr. Holmes.
There, the necklace is in its box. We've lost enough time here. Let's go home, Watson.
His necklace is
Ah,
gone.
very well, as you wish. A good day to you, Marquis.
With pleasure, gentlemen.
Well, I don't think
And
a
once
monkey
again,
just
thank
learns
you.
to cut glass with diamonds. I'm pretty sure that was set up by a criminal.
Yeah.
But I don't think Holmes is divulging that information yet.
The handprints didn't actually.
This morning's newspaper. Holmes, have you read this article about you?
No, Watson, not yet, and I won't have time to.
Read it before you leave. It's outrageous.
If you insist.
I fell asleep. Sherlock Holmes at the home of the Marquess
Yeah,
just
see?
felt
I'm
different
like,
now.
bro.
of Cunningham. The investigation is a fiasco. Yesterday, the celebrated detective Sherlock Holmes was invited to the manor of the Marquess of Cunningham to supply his conclusions. Now I'm all like South Atlantic, transatlantic, that's what I was saying. Following his investigation into the disappearance of the priceless Samoan necklace, it should be recalled that the lady called in a detective after the police arrived, flummoxed in the face of the astonishing circumstances surrounding the theft.
Some good
Woodville,
world
French
building.
culinary expert and bagpipe player, might be our next king. That's not so shocking, my dear fellow.
You know exactly to which article I'm referring, Holmes. How can Farley dare to tarnish your reputation like that?
You know, Watson, that wherever glory walks, jealousy is bound to follow. As for the forgery of the necklace, I suspect that we shall soon be enlightened in this regard. Come in, Inspector Baines, the door's open.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. How did you know I was here?
You are one of our rare visitors who avoids the second-to-last step of the stairs, which creaks dreadfully. And if I add the clinking of the handcuffs at your belt, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, Inspector?
Have you read that rag?
You know what? What?
Inspector, I assume that you have the fake necklace with you. It's why you're here. Your superiors would like me to examine it.
Indeed.
But say
They would like you to
rag?
confirm or deny putting this fake in the box.
Can't that wait? I must go to the house of Lord Peregrine Maitland, the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
Inspector, can you explain this slander? Has the necklace of the Samoas really been replaced by a fake?
I don't know how the reporter got hold of the information, but it's true. About the necklace, of course. I wouldn't permit myself to question the integrity and honesty of Mr. Holmes.
The necklace is a forgery? Impossible! I saw the Marquis authenticated before my very eyes, before Holmes returned it to its place.
Mr. Holmes, the Marquis believes Osmond Farley's theory. I shouldn't be surprised if the reporter isn't behind all this slander about you. He's a freelancer, well known for his explosive and subjective articles. In any case, the Marquis
That
assures us that
rebel
you were the
rouser
last
sure is
person to have the
pushing the
necklace in your
envelope
hands.
recently.
Let's return to
Soon
the
they'll be
Marquis's
writing
house,
about
Holmes.
politics.
I'm sure that we'll have no trouble in taking apart this theory.
It is unnecessary. Such allegations collapse on their own, like one of Mrs. Hudson's soufflés. Let us leave the police to solve this problem and turn our
Not
attention
the
to the matters in
housekeeper
hand.
here.
Perhaps you are right, Holmes.
And the Marchioness?
She is beside herself. Without the necklace, her
Marchioness.
marriage is compromised. It is the principal item of the young woman's dowry.
What a lovely marriage.
Is this still the
Holmes,
tutorial?
forgive me for insisting, but don't you want to examine the fake jewelry?
Watson, I have an appointment, and it's out of the question that I arrive late.
It will only take you a couple of minutes. You really must quell the suspicions put forward in this
Is that
appalling
bullet
article.
holes in his wall?
If
What
you
is
will
that?
allow me,
Looks like
Inspector.
Be my guest.
Very well.
What am I doing?
I guess you're going with the inspector. I don't know. Use your K vision to.
Whee! Spin around room. Is it K?
Yeah, remember if you hit K, he uses like his sixth sense or whatever to see all kinds
Yeah,
of
is it
craziness.
K? No, I don't think it's
Or was it J?
I don't know. I don't think
Maybe you can't use it here.
What do you think, Holmes? What do you think, Holmes?
I think it's blokes, eh? I think it's a smashing day for a pint.
Oh. Oh. What is these?
This pearl is a
Yeah. No crap.
These
Sherlock.
3 pearls are of poor quality.
The clasp is broken.
This pearl is too small. It is not in its place here. Too many defects. This necklace is a fake. This is nothing but a vulgar copy, and at a glance it would appear that the forger has intended for it to be seen as such.
How could we have been fooled by such a blatant imitation? I don't understand.
Yes, how is it possible? Holmes, do you have a theory about this?
I have absolutely no idea. You insisted that I examine the necklace, and I have done so. Now it is important that I keep my appointment. I'm sure, Inspector, that you will throw some light on this affair.
Holmes.
You may accompany me, Watson, if you care to do so.
Goodbye, gentlemen. I'll keep you informed as to my inquiries.
Into my own pocket.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Okay, out of the
You
three,
mentioned a
three
bishop,
of them,
didn't you? Are we going to his home?
Kiss, marry,
Yes,
kill.
the Bishop of Knightsbridge. I put his address on our map of
Chris
London on my
Watson,
desk.
Mary
Would you get it
Holmes,
for
kill
me,
the
please?
inspector
All
from
right,
Scotland
Holmes.
Yard.
Why?
Because I don't like men in power.
Now I'm Watson?
Apparently.
What am I gonna do? Oh,
And this is how my dear friend and colleague,
Princess Kind letters.
hospitals and general practitioner. That won't be of any use to me. Female anatomy. I should put this book somewhere else.
Where?
The harpoon that was used to kill Black Pete.
Oh, Mutter.
That's racist.
What?
They killed Peter because he was black?
What did I say? What did I say? For real, what did I say? I don't know what I said.
Just read the spear again. I'm making a joke.
The harpoon that was used to kill Black
Murder.
Peter.
That's what I said.
A
right?
horrible murder.
I don't know.
Murder.
I just heard Black Peter and I was like, why is it gotta be black? why is it gotta be black?
I have found your map.
Oh, I was supposed to look for a map.
Well, you got one now.
What? Oh. Ew.
The police.
Already?
That's a little,
How did
tight,
you know?
Don't you think, sir?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course.
That's a lanky priest.
Come in.
Yeah. He got no buns either. Yo, his nipples are out.
What is happening, Reverend?
Really?
No, not really.
Full frontal.
What?
Full frontal.
I don't
But,
know.
like,
It was last night, I think. I only just arrived.
I got hit
And
in
I
the
made
head.
this macabre discovery.
Took my
My
shoes.
God. How horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes, look!
what the frick?
Appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated. And killed. He was such a good man. How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible for that?
His fingers
They
broken.
were evidently unworthy
Yeah, all of them are
children,
broken.
Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor?
Touches
But you aren't the
children.
police?
No, Reverend.
else?
I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave. And not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you,
Such a
then
butt.
they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes.
And
I am
I love
keeping
how
a
Holmes is
meticulous
doing
set of
this,
notes.
Not because
I have
it's
created
like
a very
an
clever
important
deduction
religious
board.
figure in the
One
town.
thing we can be sure
Holmes
of
is
at the
doing this
moment
because
is that
it
this
intrigues
crime was
him.
not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen, and indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
Deduction knowledge. Broken fingers. Really close to pee-pee.
Stepped on
The
me.
fingers have
Stepped
been
on me.
crushed,
The guy was
violently
dancing
struck.
on me.
The fingers.
The
have been-
fingers have been crushed and
Okay, yes. Oops.
his forearms have been ripped. Pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
Vampire! Yay.
His forearms have...
Why is that
The
a
fingers
yay?
have been crushed and violently struck.
We won't find them in the sun.
What else?
Nighttime investigation.
This
Hey,
poor
a
man...
finger.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
What
This
about that
poor
finger?
man was tied just below the knees.
To
That's
stop
not
him
just-
from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
That's not just below the knees. That's below the knee.
A finger.
How
Finger.
These burns are terrible.
He was set on
These
fire.
burns.
These burns are terrible. I sure wouldn't want to have any burns. Nor would I like to be killed.
Ooh.
his chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a...
Ugh. I don't know. You know. I
You
don't
can
know.
see by his expression that he suffered terribly.
His mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between... My dear
Yo,
friend,
he ate
everything
himself.
points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable.
Why would someone gnaw at their own forearms? Perhaps if there was delicious barbecue sauce on your own forearm, you might gnaw it away.
I thought it turns green when you finish. Oh. And there's something I missed.
Well, there was a finger on the floor, but he has all of his fingers.
A piece of rope that was used to tie up that poor man.
Now I think it's done. Oh.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers.
The ones on his stomach weren't? That's when they take a rat in a bucket and then heat that bucket up.
Nah, I don't think they
He
were
was
doing
tortured. Mans was tortured.
that. Man's not hot. Man could never be hot. Yeah, I was like, you trying to
the
look at
broken
his
glass.
pee-pee?
No, I'm trying to find things around that I can look at.
Oh, his
His
toesies.
feet have been burned. You! But my God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Oh my God, Holmes! Look how tortured this man was. Ah! Oh, the nerve that anybody would do this to another person is insanity. Can't believe what I'm looking at. Oh, and I just left a scene
Something's
where
missing
someone else
here.
was tortured.
Oh, yes? And what might
I
that
gotta
be?
leave this
His
town.
shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
His shoes are missing. Watson, his shoes.
This stove is filled to overflowing.
Okay.
A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
Also, tiny hands.
Really?
The monkey came in here.
There is blood on this
Doused him in
paperweight.
whiskey.
This paperweight
lit
was
him on
used
fire.
to crush the victim's fingers.
Yikes.
Yeah. Look, some tea because we're British.
Because we're British.
This door has not been...
To His Excellency's room. There is just a...
Not anymore. There's me, baby.
The bishop... The bishop's bedroom. It is impossible to get out.
Yeah. That's where he keeps the children.
Closed. The
Yes.
veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I...
No! You have no authority here. Let me call the police.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
So
Closed.
You just keep trying to open it.
Oh, wait.
How can I do this?
Okay, here, let's see. Can I see in there?
A broken file and blood near the neck.
What a strange smell.
Phew.
Chemical component.
Chemical components.
Oh.
You ever played
Impossible
chess,
to open
girl?
it. I need something. Reverend, I'm missing something. An implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No! Go to the devil! I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
Take it from him.
A whip?
No. It is a discipline for self-flagellation.
What the heck?
You didn't
This
know that?
metal rod is for fastening the... It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance.
Oh, that's
this
why it has
very
the mark
pious
around his
man
belly.
must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Thought one of the dogs was in here.
My bad.
Use the finger and what you picked up to try to open that thing on the wall.
What? Oh, yeah.
Use
okay.
some of the stuff you got.
Oh, wait, hold on.
The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has...
I am missing... I need something.
I need something. Hey, Grandma? Oh,
A surgical scalp. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
yikes.
Closed.
Kill the priest.
Stop
You have
checking
no
out the
right
priest.
to search here.
What do you think, Holmes?
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Well, yes,
Those
those
muddy?
muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information than the very best of informants.
Yes, if you know how to make them talk, that is.
It's
size of
child's
their
play,
foot,
Watson.
perhaps.
We will
It's
begin by excluding the contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Oh my god. Measure the footprints. Oh my god!
Size 9.
Size 9. It was
Size
It
9.
was a monkey with very large feet.
Size 9.
Size 9.
Size 9.5. Nothing of interest here.
Yeah, what about that rock on that footprint right there?
Yeah.
Freaking rock on the
A
footprint.
fragment of
dude.
stone. Peculiar. Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers. This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
Much like my own.
Nothing of interest here. Nothing of interest. Hobnail boots. This print came...
Okay.
Size 9. Size 9.
This one is size 9.
Size 9.
Or this one.
Size 9.
So all of them are size 9?
Size 9.5.
Look at that one.
Size 9.5.
Why was he so up? Wait.
What's the questions?
How many criminals were there?
There was
3?
2. Oh wait, I don't know. Ooh, now you gotta do real detective stuff.
Ew. Wait, hold on a second. So...
So if these two are 9.5, that could be
Yes.
one person.
Okay,
This is a different type of shoe.
that's a different
That's a different person.
And then
These shoes
are 9.
are 9s, so these are probably the third person.
Yeah, so there's 3 people.
But only one of them never left.
How many criminals were there? What do you mean one of them never left? Because there's 2
Because
each?
this shoe print is only going that way. There's one going this way, there's one going that way. There's one going this way, there's one going that way.
Yeah, but there's only... Okay, hold on. What about this one?
I need something. Well-worn shoes with an odd pattern on the soles.
These don't have them.
Hobnail boots like those worn by laborers.
And
This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer.
So... And then the question is, one man was carried so as not to leave footprints. One man left the room wearing different shoes. One man joined those who were already in the room.
I think that's what it is. I think one man joined those who were already in the room. I think.
Okay.
That's not right. Start again.
Oh, it tells you. Cool, okay.
That's not right. Start again. Perfect. We now know that there were 3 crooks. That's not right. Start.
Oh.
That's not right. Start again.
Well, if it tells you...
That's not right. Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a
Okay,
different
that's what I
pair of
thought.
shoes when he left here. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in and left again, but one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
Let me
So,
look at your
all we have to
shoes.
do is look for a workman who likes it.
Checking out them piggies.
Yeah.
You have no.
He doesn't kick us out though. That's really funny. Ooh.
No, he doesn't have heart like that. Use your killer instinct.
I don't know which button it was.
What's that on the corner of the bed?
Ooh, a nail.
Use R to go into third person mode or whatever.
Oh, I don't think it's. I think it's just part of the bed.
Oh, okay.
Closed.
I can't believe it. Why would they close this door? Clearly, I need to go through it.
I'm confused.
Are we missing anything? Do a quick scan of the room.
I cannot leave now.
Yeah, do a quick scan scheme.